Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's day 15 with the Washington shutdown, and we are approaching the debt limit ceiling on Thursday, and there is some kind of compromise put together by the Senate, both Democratic and Republican leaders, that now has to go through the House. So there's a little bit more optimism today that they can come up with some kind of resolution and end this shutdown and raise the debt ceiling. For the grains, this could mean a lot of information coming out at the same time with export inspections, export sales, maybe even crop ratings and harvest progress. It also would put a lot of pressure on the NASA and World Outlook Board to see if they can put out the October crop report before the November crop report. And so we'll be watching all that pretty closely. Outside markets, the dollar is stronger because of the optimism. Most commodities, though, are lower. In the grains, beans and wheat are lower, corn's about unchanged. Over in the beans, nearby markets under a little bit of pressure, maybe because of increased farmer selling. We estimated about 55% of the soybean crop is harvested. Yields are still above expectations. And we're seeing a little bit of weakness in the export basis because of maybe that farmer selling. We are noticing, though, in April, May, June, July slot, the export basis is strong, and China may be out there looking to buy beans. There's some speculation that during the shutdown, China may have bought as much as 2 to 2.5 million tons of U.S. beans. Their domestic crush margins are very strong, and their appetite for beans remains good. Over in the corn, the export basis is soft. The domestic basis, whether it's for the crushing plants or the livestock feeders, is firm, and the farmer's not selling with about 30% of the harvest complete. Yields in the corn still remain above expectations. So it feels like in the corn market, whenever the farmer does decide to sell corn, we will trend lower. Until then, maybe we're in more of a sideways type trade. Over in the wheat, not much change in the news. You've got high wheat prices in Russia, you've got high wheat prices in Argentina, you've got high wheat prices in China. All these things could attribute to a little bit of increase in demand for U.S. Wheat exports at a time when we really don't have a lot of extra wheat to sell, especially in hard red winter wheat. But we do have big crops in India, Canada, and Europe, and those should limit the upside in the wheat market. And we just really can't think that wheat's going to continue to gain such a wide spread over corn. So the wheat market has some positive news, but also it's getting maybe close to some lofty levels. Some of the technical charts in the wheat market says it might be rolling over and maybe going to see some profit taking for a little bit. So we'll be watching Washington pretty closely, see if we can get some export and some production and some harvest data from the USDA eventually to give us something to trade off. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. And have a safe and profitable trading day.